When a court sets bail at $5 million in cash, it is a mathematical wall designed to keep a severely dangerous person locked inside. But late last month in Washington state, that massive figure was handed to NIKITA TYUKALO, a 21-year-old former local high school basketball player. The state of Washington hit him with a slate of severe felony charges, 4 counts of second-degree human trafficking, money laundering, and leading organized crime. TYUKALO's lawyers demanded the court drop that towering $5 million bail down to $100,000, pointing out that accused murderers and child sex traffickers frequently receive substantially lower bail amounts, which raises an immediate question. What makes a 21-year-old's alleged suburban operation so dangerous that the state is treating him like an international kingpin? In their legal briefing, the defense describes TYUKALO as a supported youth who poses no physical threat and plans to live peacefully with his father in a nearby suburb if released. The state's evidence tells a different story. According to charging documents, police uncovered a 2-year documented pattern of extreme physical violence, including reports of severe beatings and strangulation. To keep the operation running, the state alleges TYUKALO subjected these women to forced sleep deprivation. Multiple victims told detectives they were fed the prescription amphetamine Adderall to stay awake and work chat rooms for up to 20 hours a day. And when exhaustion or rebellion set in, the compliance tactics allegedly escalated to armed intimidation. Prosecutors detailed accounts of TYUKALO placing guns directly inside victims' mouths and forcing one woman to crawl naked while he aimed a handgun at her head. This is raw, visual corroboration retrieved during the investigation, showing the defendant's specific focus on armed intimidation. The state does not view him as a wayward youth in need of parental supervision. They view him as a violent enforcer who relied on terror to maintain absolute control over his enterprise. The defense also argued that TYUKALO is broke. They claim his bank accounts are drained and he is facing eviction from his rental home, making a $5 million bail financially impossible. But investigators discovered the Shadow Mill, a lucrative syndicate allegedly operating out of wealthy neighborhoods in Bellevue, Washington. According to the prosecution, the operation lured young women with promises of making $18,000 a month for mild modeling, only to blackmail them into producing pornography once they moved into the homes. This flowchart illustrates the financial entrapment. Under a system of total digital control, TYUKALO allegedly locked victims out of their own OnlyFans and Chatterbait accounts, funneling the revenue into central accounts he alone controlled. While the enterprise generated thousands, the women saw almost nothing. In one police report, a victim was allegedly beaten until she surrendered a $32,000 gift sent by a subscriber. When police finally raided the multi-property operation, the physical haul revealed the true scale of the business. Detectives recovered over 300 cell phones and 50 laptops dedicated to the content mill. The prosecution argues the broke defendant was actually sitting on a massive illicit cash-generating machine, using digital trapping to ensure his victims could never afford to leave. The defense made one final plea for reliability. They noted TYUKALO knew about the police investigation for months and chose not to run, offering to have him surrender his passport and wear a GPS monitor. The state pushed back, arguing that TYUKALO has no permanent address and that his hidden wealth gives him the exact liquid means required to vanish without a trace. They also introduced a geographic wildcard, TYUKALO's property ownership in Puerto Rico. To the court, the $5 million represents a functional deadbolt, a figure set high enough to outweigh TYUKALO's liquid assets and prevent him from fleeing to his properties abroad. Should TYUKALO post bond, the judge signed off on strict pretrial conditions. First, a geographic quarantine, legally banning him from stepping foot outside King County. Second, a digital blackout. The court explicitly prohibited him from accessing any form of social media, dating apps, or adult webcam sites. To enforce this, he is mandated to install monitoring spyware on every electronic device he touches, giving the state total transparency into his digital footprint. This operation moved the infrastructure of trafficking out of the shadows and into the suburbs, trading physical restraints for forced labor inside modern rental homes. TYUKALO used the recovered smartphones and laptops to monitor communications and seize revenue, building a digital enclosure that kept his victims trapped in plain sight. In this case, the court responded to the suburban content mill by applying the same aggressive financial and digital containment measures usually reserved for high-level organized crime.